Today we are reviewing the latest video game in the James Bond franchise, 007 First Light. Is this the brilliant Bond game we've always wanted, or did we 008 it? Let's find out on the Late Night Gamer podcast. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. I'm your host, Welchy, and joining me tonight, as always, are my co-hosts, Mr. Pop Figures himself, Andy.
Hey guys, that might be one of the worst ones I've heard this year.
When I come up with it, I was like, this is genius. This is genius. I got to do it.
It's good. It's one of the better ones.
I've also introduced you wrong, Andy. I've introduced you wrong. You're getting away with it. You've got away with this one.
Oh,
And
okay.
also joined by the third best 007 First Light player I know, Stephen.
How's that work? Am I second then?
All will be revealed. All will be revealed.
Oh,
That's
okay.
funny.
I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that now. And also I knew you had a silly pun just by looking at your face because you started laughing before you even said the gag. I thought it was one of your better ones. No.
And also joined by the second best 007 First Light player I know, Jack.
Oh,
I'll take that. At least it's not. At least it's not last.
Wait, hang on. Can I just check? I'm not last then.
Andy was going to be last. Now,
I'm not in it. Let's go.
I forgot. I only remembered when I got to Stephen. So my reasons are, I've been doing the tactical simulations on James Bond.
Oh, fuck.
And there are leaderboards.
Oh, there's
And because
Yeah,
Andy has
no.
not done them, or when I was playing hasn't done them,
some
Yeah.
NA.
he's not scored. So he's technically
I'm not
NA.
applicable.
I can't
Yeah.
say he's second, third, or fourth. So maybe
You
he's
should
got
tell me
away
that.
with it.
I would have done it straight away.
Because then you would have beat me, and then wouldn't be able to, I don't want that. So yes, I looked at a few of them. There's one that I matched with Jack, but the rest I've beaten him, and I've beaten you, Stephen. So I've worked it that way.
Yes, fair. I only did it for the trophy. I wasn't
It's
really
also
paying too much attention.
kind of unfair because I could do it as many times as I wanted until I beat you both.
Yeah, not
You-
tell us.
Yeah,
I didn't even
know about it.
To be fair though, I saw the first one that I did. I was like, I think only about 1,000 away from Jack's score. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. And then the other ones, I was like really far away. I was like, I don't really care. No, we're not going to compete, surely. No.
No, you know we
Okay.
are.
All right.
I
So I'll
actually-
take it. Again, I was only for the trophy.
I had someone on my leaderboard that was just always better than me, and I didn't know him, so I've deleted him. I was like, get rid of that.
So you,
Oh my God, you turned into Andy in terms of like your
The king of
competitive
petty,
nature at the leaderboards,
I
man.
was like, pissing
Did
me
you
off.
get? Were
this
you
is when
getting more?
you'll get a
Go on,
random
Elliot.
message like during the week from someone being like, "Did you delete me on?"
What did I do? So, because I saw you get extra points for like time, and then what the other ones you get
Flair.
points for? I might now. Okay.
And
Did you
then I
send
can't
James
remember.
Bond?
Actually, I think I've got a screenshot. So I
Yeah.
think flair is just doing different
Every kill.
things. So if you kill everyone the same way, then you're not going to get much flair. But if you kill everyone in a different way, you get a
Oh
fair bit.
no, I was literally doing everything in the same way. Like there wasn't a planned thought process in this. I just like I want that trophy.
And there's precision.
That's me,
So if
isn't
you
it?
don't miss any shots,
Yeah.
then you obviously do well as well. And I imagine
Fuck, I'm gonna have to go back and try and get a better score now.
doesn't
Thanks,
matter.
Welch.
It's
I
out there in the
play-
world now that you're third
All right.
best. and Jack's second.
Room for improvement, mate, is what I'd like to say. No,
think-
all I care about is platinum.
I think the guy I deleted was probably someone because when we was playing rematch a lot, I had quite a few people add me on that so they
Yeah.
could join up. It's probably someone from there, so they're not going to miss me.
Okay.
But yes, hello everyone. We are here to do our review of 007 First Light. We've got all four of us today. We're going to get straight into it because we're all really excited to talk about it. Each of us has beaten it. Obviously, Jack gave a very brief review last week on the podcast. Here to do it again. Maybe he's got some updated thoughts, having played a bit more, but also to do the spoilery stuff as well. And then me, Andy, and Stephen have all beaten it this week. So all excited to talk about it. So straight into it. 007 First Light, a 2026 action-adventure game developed and published by IO Interactive. Based on the James Bond franchise, it tells an original narrative inspired by the novels and short stories by Ian Fleming. IO Interactive announced the development of a James Bond game in November 2020. That was the
Wow.
original image. There might have even been like a 5-second video of like the typical James Bond intro or something like that, a long time ago. The game then entered full production. I say then, it entered full production after releasing Hitman 3 in 2021 and was fully revealed in June 2025, which would have been last year's State of Play, I think. I think it was State of
Yes.
Play, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a State of Play that we got the first full trailer.
A little bit more info that I found online. So, following the release of 007 Legends in 2012, publisher Activision had its non-exclusive license to produce James Bond video games revoked, resulting in an extended hiatus of the video game adaptations. So we haven't had one since 2012.
Wasn't Legends the one where it was like all different like movies, like certain snapshots that you then got to play? I quite enjoyed that. I remember playing that.
I never played it. I don't know.
It reviewed
I
quite
never played
badly,
it.
I think. But
It
I
did,
think-
yeah.
was it Daniel Craig in every mission? Was it
Yeah,
that one?
and then you
Yeah.
had like a Moonraker sequence. You had the man like with the golden gun sequence. So it took like aspects from the movies and it all put them together, but they were all Daniel Craig. Yeah, I remember playing that. Yeah, it was good. But I enjoyed it anyway.
Going on to the actor, as no actor had been cast to succeed Daniel Craig as Bond for future films, at the time of the game's development, IO Interactive felt a sense of freedom in crafting their own version of Bond that did not have to be based on an existing Bond actor or to be a video game adaptation of the films,
Yeah.
which I think has worked in its benefit. Follow. Well, what the fuck am I saying? It's because
Are you drunk again?
No, I'm still reading it as if I'm describing something. But then this is the Steam page now, which says the description of the game being: follow James Bond as a young, resourceful, and sometimes reckless recruit in MI6's training program and discover an origin story of the world's most famous spy. And as of this week, there were reports that came out saying that this game's already sold 3 million copies.
Wow.
So
Damn.
doing very well. Obviously, multi-platform game. There's the benefits. Andy, there's a certain game coming to Xbox that you can't play soon, I think. I don't know what one that is, but
Wouldn't know, mate.
we're going to talk about that one later, I'm sure. That's all I've got. It's been a long time coming. Obviously, 14 years since the last James Bond game. 6 years
It's been
since
that
this was
long.
announced, but only a year since showing it off, which I think is good.
Yeah. When was it
Yeah.
due to originally release? Can anyone remember? Because it did get pushed back.
I need
It
a
was
few
due-
months. It
Months.
was March, end of March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, and then it got pushed back to the end of
May.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To polish and whatnot, which we can talk about what we think about that in a minute. So we're all going to give our 2-minute reviews, and then after that we can go into a bit more detail in certain areas, and we will have a spoiler-y section. Yeah, I think it's worth doing a spoiler section on this. There's nothing. Yeah, we will. So we will give prior warning to doing that. For now, I will let Andy go first on this one because Andy texted me Saturday morning. We're recording this on Monday. Saturday morning or afternoon saying, I'm probably not going to get this done. I probably will just skip the podcast and let you three do a spoiler podcast. I was like, fine. And then he texted us about 24 hours saying, done. So
What time did we start yesterday? Double 7 session.
For me, on I started at around 7:30 in the morning, finished around 6. Obviously done a 5-hour session on Friday. Friday? Yeah, no, Saturday. No, I done a 5-hour
Saturday.
session on Saturday and then finished it off on a Sunday. Done about
Like a
10 hours,
10
obviously.
session on Sunday, which is nuts. Fair play.
okay, Andy. So we'll let you go first. 2-minute review starts. And we should add, obviously I know what Jack thinks of the game because he spoke about it last week. I
Yeah.
don't really have much idea at all what you two think. Obviously, playing it for 10 hours, I have an idea that you must hopefully liked it. Otherwise, that is a wasted 10 hours. And Stephen, similarly, I know from your trophies and stuff and how much time you put into it, I think you like it, but I don't know to what level. So let's find out what Andy thinks now.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of points that I'll go into more when we do our sort of spoiler bit, which links to sort of the way that the game ends. But overall, I thought First Light was a very well-rounded game. I felt like it was a game of two halves where the first half was more build up of the characters, a bit more fun. Obviously, you had the training missions, just character growth, sort of just getting to know the other characters within the Bond's world. And then also in terms of sort of being more stealthy and not having the license to kill. So obviously in the missions, it comes up where you do have the ability to use your gun. It comes up license to kill. So I feel like the first half of the game was very much more stealth. Obviously, you had the hand-to-hand combat, which you could use if you did get caught in some certain scenarios and stuff, which I thought was good, but also frustrating at times. However, I then felt the second half of the game was more, they let go of the whole, like they let go of not being able to use your gun pretty much. So I felt like I probably enjoyed the combat and the gameplay more in the second half of the game, where you did have more freedom in terms of the license to kill sort of missions, which for me, I've said it before on other podcasts that I don't really like stealthy games. I hate when games force you to be stealthy. I don't mind if they say, hey, try to be stealthy, but if you fuck up, you can then go all guns blazing. I feel like that was limited a bit in the first half, because even though you could still go hand-to-hand combat, that could be frustrating at times, especially if you found yourself in a situation where you've then got 4 sort of enemies coming towards you. It was very tricky to sort of get yourself out of those situations. So I still feel like there was an element of forcing you to be stealthy to get through certain areas, even though you could mess up and then fight your way out of it. Those sort of sections were difficult. But overall, I liked the guns, the gameplay mechanics, the gadgets that you had. I do feel like you could have used those a bit more, or had a bit more freedom on those as well, especially with it being a Bond game. The parry and dodge was fine, although I feel like the dodging itself could have been a different button that might have made it easier to use as well, along with the dodge, along with the parry. But yeah, overall, I had a really fun time using it, playing it. All the missions were quite fun. I quite liked the overall story, the way it started, the way it ended, the emotional build up of certain characters in the game, which I'll go into more detail and spoiler sort of section, or when we talk about it a bit more.
Very good. And a score out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay. The man who gave Mixtape a 10. I'm not letting you live this one down, guys. I'm not letting you live this down.
I knew Welchy was about to say that. I should have predicted that.
I'm not going to live that down.
Well, and we move on to the other guy that gave Mixtape a 10.
Yeah.
Stephen, what did you think of 007 First Light?
Okay, so I kind of pretty much agree with what Andy basically said, which is quite surprising that we kind of have a agreement here. I think 007 First Light is a very, very good game. I do think it's a game that gets much better the more you go into it. Having said that, I really did enjoy the early stages of the way that the training simulations were all done. Like, they could have easily done that as like just one sort of full-on cutscene. I thought it was very, very interactive, and I like jumping in and doing various different bits. I would also agree that the combat at times, I didn't find it frustrating, but like, I was just playing it on the standard, like normal difficulty. And you're right, if you got into a situation where you had 4 or 5 enemies, you basically, like, a lot of times I got killed because I just got overpowered. And I love the Hitman games in terms of the stealth, but I also think, like, I feel like they got the balance right, but I can understand that in the early stages, because there were moments I was like, come on, just let me use a gun and just like tear everybody's heads off. There's one section, which we're talking spoilers, where you have to do it stealthily, where I tried running and gunning, and there's just too many of them. So there was a couple of moments in its latter stages where it still wanted you to go down the stealthier route. I suppose maybe some point could have run and gun, but I was just getting absolutely in sort of close proximity. I thought, oh, there's too many. I've got to think about it in a more different way. I thought that some of the set pieces were jaw-dropping, absolutely jaw-dropping. There were moments where my chin was on the floor. Graphically, I thought it looked great. Sound design was brilliant. And as I was playing it more and more, I was like, I'm really, really, really liking this game. I would say that at times, and this is more so a problem on me, I think, because I've read in line and no one else has said what I'm about to say. I'm curious to see what you guys thought. I did find the writing at times a little bit on the corny side. Now, I know obviously James Bond is very much like, he's very confident. I know I've got my 2 minutes, but like he's very confident and he's really witty. And in the second half of the game, I felt that petered itself out as we got into more serious stuff. But in the early parts, I did feel like every time James Bond responds, it's like a witty one line or a joke. And I just was a little bit kind of like, I felt at times it was kind of throwing that down my throat, which like I don't recall any of the James Bond movies making me feel like that. I do acknowledge that is probably me because nobody else seems to be saying that. So, and I would say the writing generally is very, very good. I love the story. I love how it ends. I love the emotional punch. More of a pet peeve that I felt in the first half of the game. But all in all, love the game, going for the platinum, and there's a lot more that I want to talk about, but generally this is a very, very good game.
Score it a 10?
I had a score in my mind.
He's going to change it now because your mixtape comment, isn't
No. I had a score in my mind, but it kept getting higher as I got to that stage of the game. And because of how great the last mission is, and generally of how I think it is the best James Bond game, I will give it a 10. I will give it a 10. I would. I'll tell you why.
For a reason.
No, your review did not sound like a 10, like the way you were talking about it.
I was the reason why I'm giving it a 10, and it's not just because you throw mixtape in, and like I do find it difficult. I was settling with a 9.5 personally, because my only gripe with it is that writing bit at the beginning that I was starting to get frustrated with. But that, I think that's a me problem. I don't think that's a game problem, because nobody else. And I imagine all of you guys had no issue with that. And even though at times I wanted to unleash and take the gun off, I liked the stealth bits. And even though at times the combat was tough, I just thought, oh, maybe I'm just a little bit shit at the whole melee combat. So again, I put that more down to a me problem than a game problem. So that's why I was going with 9.5. But if I've given Mixtape a 10, like, I really did enjoy it.
If you've given Mixtape a 10, every game you play this year, you'll be given a 10.
I gave a 10 for a different reason. But, like, it is the best James Bond game we've ever played. And I feel like the more you play it, the better it gets. I love the tactical simulations. I love the escalations and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I will give it that, because I feel like it deserves that because of how much work has gone into it. You can see the love that developers have for James Bond. I think, is it Patrick Gibson?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's an unbelievable Bond. And like I said, I feel be quite harsh by marking it down for the sake of James Bond being a bit too comedic for my liking, but that is Bond. That's him. I have to acknowledge that. But it's because the game gets better the more you play it. That's why I started probably at an 8.5. Then I got 9.5, and then by the end of it, I was going with 10. And then I was wavering tonight. Do I go 9.5? Go 10? I will go for 10 for it.
Okay, Jack. Last week you gave it an 8.5. I know since then you've played a bit more of the tactical simulations, I think they're called.
Yeah.
We'll go again. You can have another 2 minutes, just to give you, in case no one heard you last week. And who knows, maybe your score's gone up or down. What did you think?
So yeah, I love the game from start to finish. I thought it was really good. I think it done a really good job of showing a young Bond. I think even in the novels by Ian Fleming, he's always an older gentleman, and the films haven't really seemed to had a young actor before. I think they've always been someone maybe like late 30s, pushing 40s. So to have a young Bond, I think they captured it really well of how you would think he would be. Like if Daniel Craig or Brosnan's character was a little bit younger, I think they've done a spot on how he'd be. Loved all the set pieces. I think it done a really good mix of like big set pieces in like exotic locations like you would get in the Bond films, and then mixing it in with maybe like the couple ones where you're back in London and you're just in places there. I think really good balance between them. Cast was amazing. I don't think anyone did a bad performance, and I absolutely loved the way Greenway and Bond were together. I think their missions together were some of my favourites. And the two other agents were really good, like Cressida and Monroe, like the two you mainly interact with. The other ones, they didn't really have too much of a part to play, but understandable because we'll go into it in the spoilers, but like the way they went the route with the agents. And everyone, like Money, Penny, M, the agents, the enemies that end up coming in.
Q.
Yeah,
Q.
everything was
Fucking
Q was
love
brilliant.
Q.
Q was brilliant. But yeah, like as soon as you went down into that lab, you if you've ever like from watching the films, Q is always quite a comedic relief character with stuff they do in the films, and it ends up being quite silly. But yeah, he was great. Um, yeah, I think the combat was good. I think, like they said on their reviews, the hand-to-hand stuff it wasn't amazing, but like it's definitely there to push you more into going stealthy and making your way through the mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as it came up License to Kill, I think I loved every bit of their missions. I thought the gunplay
Yeah.
was really good for the type of game it is.
Can I just interject just to play off of that? When you get sort of where you can use your focus and you can do like the one-shot headshot, it felt so satisfying.
It did, yeah, it
Particularly
was
like when
good.
I had the golden gun as well. It just like I can't remember what mission it is the first time that really gets unleashed. I was like, oh okay, this is like literally what I want. And don't get me wrong, like as someone who loves all the Hitman games, the stealth wasn't the issue. I kind of think like maybe the combat I was expected to be something like from like Batman Arkham Knight, you know, where you have like the way that they
I
do
said
their
that on
hand-to-hand
stream.
combat.
Yeah.
I said on
I was
stream
a
they
bit
could have really done with some Batman combat because
yeah, because
but the problem with
there was
that is you'd then just be going into every fight thinking I'll just fuck you up like
yeah, true.
Yeah.
I quite obviously it'd be interesting to see because I'm gonna lower it to easy to get the remaining collectibles because it will just make my life easy. That's the only bit I've got to do, and then I've got the platinum for this game. So I wonder if the combat is like, does it feel like that on the easy difficulty that you can just literally like, you know, beat? Because I think 3 hits on some of the fights and I was dead. Like 2 hits. One of the enemies are stronger types. You get hit once and like your screen is like you're literally one more hit away. So there was numerous times where I had to like run, get my health up, and then go again. And it's about timing with the with the combat. But sometimes I felt like I timed it perfectly and I still got hit. So I was a bit like I've literally timed that like to perfection. But yeah, I agree. They could have made that a little bit better, but it didn't ruin the experience for me.
So Jack, is your score going up, down, staying the same 8.5?
I'm gonna put it up by 0.5. I will give it a 9.
9.
Yeah, I think it definitely could have been a 10. I think, yeah, like we said, I think the hand-to-hand combat maybe just needed a little bit more fleshing out. But then on the flip side of that, in the films, he does get fucked up quite a lot.
Yeah.
And it is sort of a reminder that he is just a guy with a gun. He isn't
Yeah.
Batman. So, yeah, maybe I was being a bit too harsh on it.
I'm also, because I brought my score, I don't think I've ever done this before. I feel like maybe I've gone too high with 10.
Oh my God.
I feel like you really put me off, Welchy, with the mixtape comment. Maybe I should lower it to 9.5 because you're right. The combat is not 10 out of 10 gameplay. If I'm being brutally honest,
Do you know what else isn't 10 out of 10 gameplay?
you're gonna say mixtape. I feel like maybe I went too high. Well, I went high on that as well, just for the music nostalgia as well. Now, I will lower it to 9.5. I only really went 10 because of mixtape, and I felt that if I gave mixtape 10. No, I do. I feel like that's. I walked in with a 9.5. I've peer pressured and gone to 10. No, I will go down to 9.5.
So one thing that I forgot to do, I never forget to do this. I don't know why I forgot to do it today. Is talk about the review scores this game's got. Obviously, Open Critic is 88, and so is Metacritic. Funnily enough, so both on 88. So very, very good scores. We should mention...
Who was the genius that picked that?
Yeah, we should mention that Stevens picked it on Fancy Critic, which got him 18 points. And on our Metacritic predictions...
Oh, man.
Here we go. So, I can reveal that...
We're all screwed, aren't we?
Every single one of us is getting negative points.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got closest.
Underestimated it.
And I'm still getting negative.
Yeah.
So it got 88. I said 81.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that tells Andy, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say?
So I'll leave Andy still last, so it makes it even funnier.
Oh no!
So I was 7 away.
Below 55, surely.
I was 7 away. One more than me was Stephen. You said 80. So you also get -2, and 2 from there, which makes you 10 away, Jack, which gets you -5.
Oh my god!
Because you said 78. -5.
I must have said just below that, surely.
Andy, you said 74.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
wow.
70 from 14 away.
No, you're
That's
lucky that
Yeah, I
embarrassing.
think
you're
that's
lucky
a
that
little bit.
-5 is 10 plus and not like
Yeah, yeah.
any. There's no higher than that.
Like, what were you thinking? No, I mean,
But yeah,
I just have one more
that's
thing on to my review.
yeah.
Sorry. No, in the last one I said I was a little bit critical on how the length of the game.
Ah,
I
yeah,
think after we talked in your streams, it made me realize like, no, okay, yeah, it was 15 really good hours.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm definitely more happy with it after I let it sit and linger for a bit.
yeah.
And oh no, we'll get into the spoilers, but um, it's a good chunk for a first game leading on to whatever the next one be. And if
Yeah.
there is another one, I reckon it will definitely be 20 plus because they got a lot more to work with.
yeah, definitely. I'd agree with that.
Interesting,
I thought the length was fine.
interesting.
This is the big one now. I'm now wondering what Welchy's going to say.
So that's made me happy that we've all done bad on that, but not as bad as Andy and Jack. So we're okay, Stephen.
Yeah, we're all right.
Although, is that right? Yeah, that's made it better for us because Jack was running away with this. So
So we
Yeah, you've
reeled
been
him
getting
back
games
in.
spot on, haven't
it's
you?
nice
Yeah.
that Jack's fucked up. Cool. My review, 2 minutes starts now. I think 007 First Light is a proper Game of the Year contender for me.
Oh,
I really,
Wow.
really enjoyed my time with it. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's amazing, amazing game. And I'm going to say it's my favorite James Bond game. I have massive and brilliant memories playing Quantum of Solace on Xbox 360.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that
that's a
was
great game.
very much multiplayer. I couldn't tell you much that happened in. I remember liking the campaign, but I had so much fun in that multiplayer game. Whereas this game is obviously purely campaign. Obviously, it's got the tactical simulations, which we'll talk about, but it's probably one of the games I feel like I'm playing a movie the most. The other one that comes to mind to me is Batman Arkham Knight, which I would give the same kind of credit of being just an amazing video game. But this feels like a James Bond movie. And the moment I knew that I loved this game was the moment where he's training for the MI6. The way they did that montage element, which you would normally get in a movie, that montage bit of him
Yeah.
training and doing these different things, and they did it so quick. Like
That's-
they
that's-
didn't
yeah.
they didn't settle on things. Like he would do the hand-to-hand combat, and they wouldn't
Yeah.
like wait. They would just instantly, and now you got a gun. It's like, oh shit,
And then,
this is
and
like
then
a
you
movie.
jump into a car. Like that's
Yeah.
what. So they could have easily done that as just one straight cutscene that you watch, and then it cuts to 6 months later. That was
Yeah.
such a unique way of
It's
telling
one
that
of my
story.
favorite intros, tutorials to a game in a long time.
Yeah.
I think Patrick
Completely
Gibson
agree.
is brilliant as James Bond. I agree with Jack. I think all the actors in this and actresses were brilliant. I think the story is brilliant. I loved the story in this film. It's like a film. What I will say, and the reason it doesn't get a 10, is the gameplay in terms of combat. I love the stealth side of things. I love the shooting mechanics. The hand-to-hand combat is not good enough. It's serviceable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this is an absolute disaster. That's my time up. It's not, and that's why it's still a 9. If it was really bad, then it would have gone lower. But it's not good enough, and I think it needs improving on. If there's anything, if I had to tell one thing to improve in the sequel, it's something to do with that. I'm not an expert. I don't know how to make it better. Like we said, Batman Arkham Knight is the dream. Arkham Knight is the dream. But I think that's too much. As in, you end up wanting to fight everyone. So there's a balance to be had, and I think Jack, you're kind of right. It makes you, or I can't remember if Jack or someone said it makes you want to do the stealth, or makes you want to use the guns more, which is probably the point. But when there are some scenarios when you can't and you have to, and another picky bit I have is some of the levels where they kind of want you to do stealth, they don't make it easy. There's too many people around. It's almost impossible. There's the moment in the server room.
Oh, mate, I was about
fuck
to...
me, man.
Every
that
mission I
one-
didn't
that
have
was
issues
hard.
with.
Yeah.
That mission fucked me off
Do you know?
so bad.
Do you know the other bit? What we're mentioning, and again, I'm now makes me feel less that I thought it was me being bad at the combat because we're all sitting here
it's not
saying
good
that we all
enough,
had
yeah.
similar issues. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'm being too harsh on myself. But there's that bit where you're in, I can't remember what level it is, but basically all the lights are down, there's smoke all around, and you've essentially got like militia type all across. I think it's in the art gallery mission, and basically you can license to kill, but you get obliterated. I tried 3 times to run and gun or get into cover, and so I had to do it stealthily. I had to find a way around and basically get through that whole section without alerting anybody, because you just, I mean, there might be people that are good enough to do it, but it made me feel like, oh no, there's too many here. There's too many reinforcements. There's not enough. Like, and what it is, it has lots of different traps that you could use by activating your Q lens. But that was the only time in the second half of the game where I felt, oh, you really want me to do stealth. A lot of the other times was a bit of stealth, bit of combat, and then if I had to then pull my gun out, I could.
I didn't do that mission stealth. That mission was like one of my
I
favorite
don't know
missions
which
because
one
I
you
went
mean.
full out guns.
It's,
If it's the one I'm
it's
thinking of, but it wasn't
Oh.
smoky. Unless you mean the bit in when they're in the MI6 base and you like
no, it.
you drop
So
all the things and that goes smoky.
Is
But
no, you're. I
It's-
swear, there's
Is
a.
it Webb's Expo? It's like
Yeah,
you
it might be the
and then
Expo.
you go through the lockdown bits where it's like it's got like the Art Deco in the middle, and then loads of guards come in.
Yes, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, I done that all guns blazing that mission. That
I
was
only
like one of my
did
favorites.
this
As soon as
week,
you
and I
can
can't
get your
remember
gun
what the fuck you're
yeah.
talking about.
As soon as you can get your gun out, I was like, yeah, it's perfect.
Oh, I tried 3 times running gun, and there was just too many of them. So I went down the stealth route and then got through it first time. Just made.
You do have to be patient with it, but as long as you work your way through like each section properly, you can manage it quite easily.
I can't remember.
If you
what
just
one
pick
you're
up gun and
talking
try
about.
running at them, then it's the one where you go into the art gallery and at first you need to find a camera to and a press pass to go up to the top to take photos and sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming you're
Yeah,
talking
it's not.
about.
It's much later
But
on
then-
in that level, though.
But then after all that stealthy bit, you then
Yeah.
end up coming back. You try and I can't remember if you fight
You
one of
get
the twins or
captured.
not, but
Yeah. I know. Where
Yeah,
you are.
yeah,
I know
but
where
you come back out afterwards,
Yeah.
and then it's like a guns blazing sort of
Okay.
bit after towards the
Yeah.
end of the mission.
I feel like it. I can't quite work out if that's the bit, but there was one bit that made me have to do stealth. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, for me it was just that there was moments where I was like, "Ugh, that's annoying," but like the server room was bad. Like that was like a.
I hate it.
I don't know if it's the way that room was designed or if it was just.
Is that the
free
one where
for-
the servers went down and up as well?
Yeah,
Though?
yeah.
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 I didn't mind that one too much, but
It was just
Oh, I
it
got
was they
fucked
wanted
up
you
on
to
that
stealth
mission.
it because every time the stealth failed, you had like 6 on you, and it's like, come on,
Yeah.
like, that's too many.
yeah, I do feel like there's certain missions though where went into it at first and probably did get overwhelmed by the amount of enemies, and then went into it again and thought, okay, let me approach this differently. Let me take out a couple of guards that I know in a certain area, and then you can sort of almost turn into the gun and blazing bit where you've taken out enough guns through stealth that you can then approach the whole mission differently to how you approached it the first time.
I
I
agree.
feel like a lot of missions done that.
I agree, and I think most levels were fine for that. It's just this
Yeah.
server room pissed me off.
Joe, I'm gonna
Yeah.
Google the server room to see if am I actually talking about the fucking server room.
There was no smoke
No,
in the
you're
server
talking about
room.
you're
Yeah.
talking about
No, I'm
different
getting
missions.
confused on actually what one I'm bloody talking about.
But
The
anyway,
server room one was where you had
Yeah,
like
it's-
three different numbers, didn't you?
yeah,
Of servers that you had
Yeah.
to find
Yeah.
to hack the data and stuff.
Oh yeah, I found that piece of piss. That one, no issue with that.
Hey,
it was difficult.
I did. I
Um,
honestly, that's the one where you just I literally just stealthed it the whole way through, didn't get caught, and then hacked all of them without any issue. So I didn't find
I
the
got
server room
caught a lot.
problem. Yeah, no, didn't find an issue with that.
So all that's the scores in. I gave it a 9. Jack's changed the score to a 9. And where's my podcast notes gone? Andy's given it the lowest score of 8.
Yeah.
And Stephen the highest with 9.5.
Yeah.
All in all, everyone enjoyed the game clearly, which is good. What did we think of Patrick Gibson?
I
He
loved
was
him.
really good.
It-
It was good.
We obviously done our movie podcast yesterday with Kristen Slater being in Dexter, Patrick Gibson, another one in the Dexter prequel. Yeah, he's brilliant as Bond, and completely disagree with what you said, Stephen, in your review, which obviously personal preference and opinion, but I thought
Yeah,
he was the perfect
yeah,
Bond
sorry,
in terms of
sorry.
like,
We need to go to that point. I thought
yeah,
the writing in this game was immaculate. Like I
Yeah.
thought he
I was
was.
like, that's
The-
Bond all over.
the
That's
story
young
was.
Bond. perfect.
I
No, but
just,
and him,
I
he
just,
was so good. He delivered every
Yeah.
line exactly how I wanted him to deliver it. Everyone did. I cannot fault performance in this game in any way. I thought the script was perfect. I say perfect, like I'm sure there's ways to improve it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think why I can understand your point. I think, and you said it was the first half, and I think that's almost on purpose because he is so young. He is so new to
Yeah, yeah.
this.
yeah,
Immature
no,
Like
about the
true.
Jack
game,
said, in
definitely.
all the
Yeah.
movies, we're getting a 30, 40-year-old who has seen some shit, you know? They've seen some shit. They've calmed down a bit. They've
Yeah.
still got the quirky. It's almost like he's not Spider-Man level, where Spider-Man is throwing out quips all the time, but like that kind of level at
Yeah.
the beginning. And as these games go on, at the rate they make these games, we're going to be long gone by the time we get a third and fourth. But yeah, I just think it was really fucking good, and I loved how they made the story. They made me like characters very quickly, and
Yeah.
it's. I always think that's a sign of an impressive script is when I like characters that quickly, and things happen to them, and I'm emotionally upset by them that quickly.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
they even got the like the cameo characters like spot on. I can't remember her name now, but not Moneypenny. You know, the receptionist before you go in to see M.
Yep, even stuff like
Like
that.
it,
Yeah.
it
I
had
remember
it
her
had
name,
Bond
yeah.
written
Yeah.
all over it. I was
Yeah.
like, this is perfect. So yeah, the casting was spot on for me. Like you say, every interaction you had with them, how quickly it built up the emotional connection with Bond and those other characters, and then obviously halfway through the game or certain part in the game where it twists everything on its head, sort of thing. It was incredible how quickly they managed to make you feel for those.
I'm definitely, as I said before, I'm definitely lone voice because
Yeah.
it did frustrate me in the early parts again.
In
But
terms of
I'm not
the-
changing my opinion because I generally think that.
In
But I know
terms
I'm
of the
one.
story, did we see the twists and turns come in without? Okay, actually, let's fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go into spoiler
Don't
territory now.
spoil it.
Yeah. Because we've given our review, you know what we think of the game. We all loved it. We have issues with the combat, the physical combat, anyway. But now we're going to go into spoiler territory. So if you don't want to know what happens in this game, then please skip ahead about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, where we're going to be talking about the recent State of Plays, Xbox showcases, and Summer Games Fest, and then what else we've been playing as well. So spoilers start now. So yeah, twists and turns. Obviously, we've got a major one. I don't know if it's quite halfway through, but like 30% of the way through. And then in terms of who ends up being the villains, anyone see that coming? I saw it coming quite far away in terms of Webb. I saw him being the villain early on.
I didn't see that.
Obviously, we didn't know
Really?
he had a... Yeah, you didn't see that, Andy?
No, I didn't. To be fair, I wasn't really paying
It
too
was
much
such an
attention to it,
Elon
but-
Musk
But
situation where I was like...
I probably should have paid more attention to.
As soon as he
when it was
gave that,
It's why you're rushing through to get it done now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see it coming. I actually thought it was Cassandra's. Was her name Cassandra?
Cressida.
Cressida, that's it. Sorry, I thought it was Bright. That's who I thought potentially
her dad,
was behind
sorry.
it. Yeah, I thought
Oh,
Bright
yeah.
was infiltrating, so I had suspicions on him. I didn't really think too much.
Involved in the background.
Yeah.
Privy to information.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it was at the bit where David, like when he hands you the drink in the gallery, at no point I was like, oh, that's bad. And it was only when I was like trying to hack, and then I started getting all that blurriness.
Oh yeah,
and I was thinking,
the drink I didn't know, because I didn't know who he was.
No,
but Webb, as soon as he gave that speech to him at the funeral, I think it was.
Yeah, the funeral speech was so weird that I was like, yeah, this guy's evil.
And we knew that this guy is like a multi-billionaire. He created the AI for the whole MI6. I was like,
As soon as I saw that AI
good.
thing, I think it's maybe a little bit tropey in games now because of like the way the world is at the moment with AI and everything. But as soon as they went like, this is Thea, it's our super AI quantum computer, I was like, something bad's gonna happen with that. There's no way that is involved. If
at least we've
something
learned
bad
who
isn't going to happen.
on the podcast is qualified for being a secret
I could be
agent, and
007,
then which two are not. Like, because I didn't see that. I also just quickly go back to the casting. I really liked M because obviously the person when I think of M is like Dame Judi Dench because how amazing she's in the films. But that M, like, and Q were just absolutely brilliant. Like, I just loved how straight talking M was, but then opens up to Bond towards its latter stages. And I thought that development with all of them, with Bond's relationship, was done like expertly well.
Yeah.
Just going back to
Okay.
the funeral bit, because Jack just mentioned it. Obviously, after that mission, they show the 3 coffins, don't they? And I was like, fuck, did they
Yeah.
literally kill all of them off at that point? Obviously, all the other agents, and then obviously you go to MI6 and it shows you the like the board
Yeah.
of like what's happened to each one of them. And you're like, oh, okay, they're not all dead. Obviously, certain things have happened, certain agents and that. But yeah, when they first showed the 3 coffins, I was like, wow, they killed off his best friends all in one bloody mission. I was like, fuck you guys.
Yeah. No, I'm glad they didn't get rid of Greenway or Crusader.
I was just gonna say, do you remember what was the first Call of Duty with like was it Advanced Warfare before Infinite?
Oh, with Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, Kevin Spacey at the funeral in that game does like the exact same thing that happens in like the
To be
the
fair,
one with his.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, when
instantly
I-
know you're like, he's not a good guy.
Yeah, when I
So,
played
like, it
Advanced
instantly
Warfare-
reminded me of that.
But for me, because Kevin Spacey was in House of Cards, I was like, don't trust Kevin Spacey because I just watched him in that.
Nobody
And then
should
he
trust Kevin
basically plays
Spacey.
pretty much the exact same person. Called I was like, if there's going to be one bad guy, it's going to be Kevin Spacey. But
Yeah,
I didn't see Webb.
As soon as it happened at that funeral scene, I was like, this is just like it reminded me of him at the funeral in Advanced Warfare. I was like, yeah, he's gonna be bad. He's not good for us.
Did you? I got baited so many times into thinking, this is going to be the Bond girl, and then it wasn't. Then I thought, this is going to be the Bond
Yeah.
girl. And
No,
then it
do you know
wasn't. I was
what-
like, who the fuck is the Bond
Yeah,
girl? in this
yeah.
one?
Do you know what I find like absolutely astonishing? That I think throughout the course of the game, James Bond basically shags 3 girls, and he literally says like 10 words to one of them. Like in that whole hotel spa, I was like, Bond's got it. Not as
That's him.
charming, obviously.
Playboy
They just
agent.
make eye contact, and then like that was it. And I love the one where they're on like the boat to Antarctica, and then she's like, we'll be there in half an hour, and then she goes, no, make it an hour. And I was like, oh,
But they didn't.
All
right.
I didn't think they banged, did they?
Oh, they
'cause then
they
a submarine
so
came.
did,
Why would you
mate.
ask for an extra hour?
Yeah, but a submarine
Mate,
came
they-
straight away,
yeah.
didn't it?
It would have been so
No,
funny if
it's
he went like,
the submarine
don't worry,
pops up,
just 15
And
minutes.
she says, give us 30 minutes talking to the people on the submarine. And then she looks
Oh.
at Bond and goes, no, give us an hour.
I must have been talking
They're
to
about to make out.
I must have been talking to the chat
Like-
at that point. I
Yeah,
then
mate.
thought, he didn't seal the deal on that one, but he obviously did.
No,
No,
did, yeah.
he
But
absolutely did.
Okay.
just going back to the bar scene when he's in the nightclub, and
Love
obviously
that
it
scene.
depends on how you approached it, but there's a bit where there's a girl in a red dress at the bar that
Yeah.
you can obviously approach,
Yeah.
who's potentially one of the people that you think you need to give the code words to. But obviously, depending on how you played, what choices you made with her, then also later impacted the mission when you're like with the
Yeah.
actual person you're meant to meet up with. And I
Yeah,
thought
I
that's
bet.
pretty cool that impacted
Yeah.
decisions later on
Oh.
in terms
Yeah.
of messing up that scene for you,
Yeah.
depending on what choices you made with her at the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah, I told her to
That was
basically
pretty
go
cool.
away when I was in the confrontation because she was annoying
So-
me. So
so-
Bond ruined his
so
chances
you-
of her.
Yeah, so by you doing that, Stephen, so I didn't do that, but later on when you're talking to the girl in the black dress, she finds me and comes up to me and is like, why are you talking to another girl? And she almost ruins that for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
that
because
for
you
me as
told
well.
her to go away, she obviously doesn't approach you,
Doesn't-
and that bit.
Oh, I like that. That's a nice extra
so-
bonus touch. That's
Did
cool.
you get to beat up the boyfriend in the toilet as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, I did. Right. I was like, what a knobhead. And Joe, what? I mean, Jack, you've played Hitman 3, haven't you? You played Hitman 3?
I've played a Hitman, but I don't know what one it was.
Welch, you definitely have.
Yeah.
When I got to that nightclub sequence, I was like, they've literally just taken the nightclub scene from
Yeah,
Hitman.
I was
So
kind of torn
That's
on
done
that.
really well.
I was kind of torn. I was
Really?
like,
Well-
is this
DJ's work.
cheating? Because this feels exactly
would-
the same.
If it
I would,
works,
Yeah.
you
I
can
would
use
say
it.
I think the nightclub scene in Hitman probably eclipsed it, but only maybe I'm saying that because it was the first time I'd seen something like that in terms of
It's
that
different, isn't it?
stealthy
Because this is
sort of
much more like there's cutscenes in it, and there's like in Hitman you don't have to do like you can much more creativity in Hitman. This is much more
Yeah.
linear than Hitman.
Also, though, in Hitman, small spoiler, but it's not really. That descends into a shootout, if I remember rightly,
Yes,
in the
yeah.
club, where in obviously, and I was expecting maybe something like that to happen here. It's in the early stages where you're just doing hand-to-hand combat. I also quite like the fact that Bond basically is able to like down as many alcoholic drinks as possible and then go straight into shoot with such precision and flair. I was like, just little extra touches. And obviously I was collecting, I think I've got half of the collectibles throughout. So there was so many like really interesting stuff that really adds like further to the
You didn't read
story.
it all, did you?
Oh yeah, I read it.
I
Every
don't.
time I started to collect
Read
them.
everything
I don't think I've read a
machine,
single one. I just
Yeah,
picked
no,
up.
no,
I like
I
glance over them and it's like, yeah, next.
no, I like to take in like the whole experience, which is probably why I
Yeah,
spent like,
Who's
over
got all
20
the
hours
more?
on the game.
I've
Yeah.
remembered another
the DJs in the
thing.
nightclub. Oh,
Go on.
oh no, sorry. I was going to say the DJs in that nightclub bit were chasing status.
Yeah, do you know what? I thought it
Oh.
was going to go into
That's pretty cool.
Bagadom when it started. Because I was like, that sounds like Chase Status. And when on the end credits for Chase, I was like, I know my Chase and Status. Because I was 100% thinking it was going to go to that really popular song, but it was just Chase and
It
Status
was like,
doing
I
a
think it was
bland drum and bass.
two unreleased songs. They said
Yeah.
it was, but yeah, it's sick that they got them as DJs. There's a couple of
Yeah.
YouTuber cameos as well.
Yeah, I saw
Jacksepticeye had
an article
one.
on that before. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
There's another moment of gameplay which is a bit of a bugbear. Like it's not a massive issue, but there's a couple times in the game where you have to hack someone's phone and you have to be near them. And
Yeah.
I think it worked quite well in the nightclub scene because there's lots of people around, so you can kind of like just stand
Yeah.
around. But there's one on the second to last level, I think, when you're in Antarctica and you're in like
Yeah.
the lobby area,
Yeah.
hacking this guy's phone. I'm guessing you did this
Hey.
to get the pass, and you just
Yeah.
follow
Just
him,
follow
but like
him.
it's like next to him, like it's so
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
obvious.
Yeah.
And then the guy
Did you-
goes, the guy
It's
goes,
so
"Oh,
bait.
if I've been hacked, I'll just use my spyware." It's like,
Yeah.
that is the
Is
one bit I was
that-
like,
It
and I'm
was-
standing right there, like, oh shit, it's me. You know?
And do you know
Yeah.
what
It would have been
gadget
so good if he like turned around and just went, "Can you fuck off?"
Yeah.
And then like,
Yeah.
turn around on his phone.
That would have been funny
Hey.
though. See, then if they did
Yeah.
that, I'd have been like, that's them aware of their like shit mechanic. You know what I mean?
That this is
Just-
silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also loved the. I think my favorite ability was the one where you would put a dart in somebody and they would then get really
Sip,
nauseated
yeah.
and just go for like a massive shit, and sick at the same time. So that one in Antarctica, I think
the
I
guy goes to the
managed
toilet,
to get.
doesn't
Yeah, and I was managed to like escape, and then you open the door and you just knock him
he?
flat
Yeah.
out, which is even sweeter.
Yeah.
But I
And
like
you've already
on
made
those
it really sick.
on those missions again, you have a choice in like the way that you obtain
Yeah.
the passes and stuff.
Yeah.
Like all the way throughout the game, there's different options which you can choose and which you approach it by eavesdropping on certain people and that. So we
Yeah.
could all have different experiences with missions as well.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I like the creativity.
the pirate one being
That's
I
what I was
can't
going to
remember
say.
the island's called, or
Getting the
that's
money,
one of the
getting the
main-
money is a good
yeah,
one.
get the money. There's so many different
Mauritania
ways you can
mission.
do that.
What I will say, and I'm not in a negative way, it's nowhere near as creative and sandboxy as Hitman, but they're
Yeah, I
not. They
agree.
don't want it to be because then the game becomes this massive thing and it's too much, and you lose a lot of the like linear side of this. So
But then you would have the people criticize saying it's Hitman, but just for James Bond. And
Yeah.
that's everything they didn't want
Yeah.
it to be compared
I
to.
think, and when they announced this game, it was like, oh, IO could be the perfect developer for this if they get it right. But if they just make Hitman but James Bond, it's not going to be good enough. And
Yeah.
somehow I think they have found the correct balance. Like they were there, they were just missing on a couple of things in the combat, which is probably a hangover from Hitman because you don't really like to get into hand-to-hand combat in Hitman. You want to just do it all stealthily. So they would probably own it. They're not the masters of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they've somehow managed to make the game that I wanted for James Bond. Like it is phenomenal. And
Yeah.
even though there is less creativity, there is still creativity here. Like you say, Andy, there's different ways of doing it. You can take different gadgets in. I think the gadgets could have been better.
I do too. I wrote
Yeah.
down that I felt we was limited with the gadgets
Yeah.
in terms of like you could for pretty much the majority of the game until you got to the very end, you could only choose 3 of them
Yeah.
as well when you always had 4 slots, which was
Yeah.
quite annoying.
You
And I also
and you should
think,
have had even
like,
more slots. Four's not enough.
Yeah, or
They
yeah,
could have utilized
I-
that even more.
I understand like getting battery packs and stuff reduces stuff as well. But I feel like in a Bond film, he always has his gadgets like available to him.
Yeah.
So I feel like those should have just been maybe more unlimited and maybe on a timeout sort of
I was
thing.
going to say the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
obviously
Thomas
don't want
thing, yeah, I
people to
agree
be
with
able to spam it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the next best thing is a timer. I think is the
Yeah.
the best thing to do it.
There were certain parts where I wasn't completely sure what to do at first, and I'd go around accidentally hacking things or doing like hack something I didn't want to hack. And then I'd have to run around looking for all the power battery things, which I felt like was wasting,
Yeah.
taken away from the experience. a
I
bit
agree.
more.
Did you guys find like I laughed out loud? I think in the hotel you go into one of the rooms and there's this like lady in the bath and you just open the
Yes,
door,
yeah.
and she's like, sorry, what are you doing here? Oh, just housekeeping. Just like little things like that. And there was also like other challenges. So like, I got into room 207, which had loads of like collectible stuff, and then it popped up as a challenge because like obviously I'm looking for everything. So sometimes I was given like 4 different opportunities. I found all of them, and then I had to then pick which one I wanted to do. I know obviously if you find one, you can just do that. I think I did that on one of the missions. But like the one in Antarctica as well, it comes up with a blue like explore all opportunities, and for the majority, I explored every opportunity, and then I was sitting there going, right, I've got all the opportunities at disposal. Which one do I want to pick? And I think one I died, and then I tried another opportunity because it saved at that point, but then obviously it killed me. So I like the fact that I could consistently swap up.
Yeah,
what
you've
I
reminded me
wanted
of
to
another
do.
complaint I have. The load times in this game are way too long.
Oh, yeah,
Way,
they're crazy.
way,
Yeah.
way too long.
Yeah, I definitely
When
agree
this
with that.
console launched in 2020, we had Miles Morales, which fucking loaded in a heartbeat. Like it was
Yeah.
like
11
bang, you're
seconds.
back in.
Yeah, you were into it.
This felt like playing Skyrim on the 360. Like I felt like I was waiting for ages. Like it just kept going
which is
on.
crazy because it probably wasn't even that long.
No,
either when you actually-
Skyrim, that was a bad
Oh,
example. Skyrim was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
horrendous.
No, I know what you mean. Though.
It felt like
There's
I have another.
the mission where you're using the wrecking ball to take out the robots.
Yeah.
I died like twice in
Yeah.
that scene, and then obviously it resets you back to the top of that thing going down again.
I had that.
Yeah, so
because it was only when you had to turn on like up the stairs. So I got caught twice because I got up there, and then as I came down, I had like 4 robots up, and I didn't have a weapon. And then obviously they've got armor, so like 2 hits, I was like, oh man, I've now got to go back and do the first. Like you had to be really quick, and then get back onto the main floor and then run around. Question though, did anyone's game crash?
Yep.
Did anyone have any crashes?
it didn't crash. It popped up with the reconnect sort of thing. If that's
No,
what
I
you
mean,
Oh, no,
I
I
mean
had
the
that
game
as well.
actually full on crash.
I had one crash, like where it came up like the
Oh, okay.
report to PlayStation.
Yeah.
I didn't have that at all, but I pretty throughout the whole playthrough I had 4 times where it popped up, reconnect to the online servers and stuff.
Yeah, I had
Which
that.
one of the times, like there was literally an enemy right in front of me about to shoot me, and it pops up so I can reconnect. And I'm like, well, I can't even dodge that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had 3 crashes.
I had
Wow.
3 as well, but
3,
one
yeah, 3.
It's like
one
pro,
was
you
this
said.
morning when I played Tactical Simulations.
Yeah, it's not a pro shoot, it's a game.
I'm
Because
joking.
everyone is talking about to say like, you leave my pro alone, it's fine.
He's-
But it did.
he's
And
just figured all-
what is really really frustrating is one of the crashes meant that I had to then replay an entire section.
Mhm.
I was just getting towards it. I can't remember what level it was. It might have been the art gallery as well.
That's
Where
another
I
one of
then
my
had to go and
complaints.
redo.
Glad
So
I
I
didn't
was
have that
annoyed.
happen.
And also like it affected, like I kept getting like these squiggles, and then like I thought my actual console was going to reboot, and then it would come up accept this error and report, and I was like, oh, that's free. I've done 2 patches as well, and that's still
Yeah.
a problem for loads of players.
There were some glitches when I played it. So there's a bit where you go through like a scanning machine, and then at the end you're like running through, trying to. I think you're running away from something or chasing someone.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
You then jump into the car afterwards, I think, actually.
Yeah.
But I literally ran through that scanning machine as like I should not be able to run through it, sort of thing. The way that it was turning as I was running, I like went through it. So like,
Oh,
there
what,
was
in the
a couple
hotel?
ones that- No, it was in the hotel. I
The
can't
chess
remember.
mission.
Chess mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
When
So-
you're
alright.
chasing after, was it 009?
009. Yeah.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
chasing after 009, and there's like a scanning machine that you go through at the start
Yeah.
for them to
Yeah,
check
the
that you've got
hotel.
no guns, whatever.
Yeah, it's a hotel.
Well, as I was running back out, the machine was like, it like glitched out, and it was like as if I've run through the actual pillars, sort of thing, if that makes sense. So
I
obviously
actually
it didn't look right, the visuals didn't look right. And there's a couple other scenes where that happened again, where you're getting attacked in MI6 with Q's computer. There was like a random object on top of it, and it's like it just looked a bit
No,
stupid.
I-
There's a couple
I
moments
also-
like that.
I did have a moment also in 206 where the woman was having the bath, where I was investigating around like the bed, and I got caught on the bed headboard. So for about a good minute and a half, Bond just wouldn't move.
Yeah,
It was like stuck. It was like sandwiched to the bed. And I just had to keep wiggling the left trigger to then sort of get him out of there. But it was nothing. It was mainly the crashes that was frustrating, because I had 2 in yesterday's playthrough. Also, can I just say, that last mission is fucking unbelievably good. When you get to take control of the entire Q lab with all of the different like
Oh,
sentry turrets
There's
and the
yeah.
car, like I just thought, and that to me at that point, I was like, no, this is absolutely a 9.5 game because like this that whole last mission, the
Not a 10.
infiltration at MI6.
yeah.
No, I feel really bad about peer pressure, so thanks Welchy for that.
I just sit on the sofa that whole level, and then they just all left.
Oh, it's a Q.
Oh,
Well,
you hit
Q
the
does.
sofa.
Yeah. I just thought that was really
That's cool.
clever.
That's
But
cool.
I also think that I've always wanted to kind of see MI6 being. I can't remember if there's any films where that actually does happen, but I've always
It's
wanted
blown
that.
up once.
There's one for
Yeah,
like the White House and stuff,
but like
isn't there? Or-
playing in that sort of way, because even like in the earlier Bond games, and I've played them all, you don't get to that level of detail, which is also what's really impressed me generally across the board. That previous 007 games were like Call of Duty titles where it was just run and gun. So this is James Bond as you should really be playing as, really.
Yeah, just going back to the crashes, the checkpointing system is pretty. I don't know if it's
It's the
glitchy
quick
or
saves, isn't it?
yeah, but there was I don't know if you remember it on the stream, Jack. There was a moment where I died and we went back to a point. I was like, oh, it's annoying, but then I died straight away again. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, fine.
You
I'm
get
gonna...
reset that further, did you?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
Then I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
I
how
had
can you
that.
punish me?
Yeah.
You've said, oh, you died, go back here. Die again. Oh,
That's
fuck off back
crazy.
there. I was like, nah, that's
like-
that ain't right. That's not
Like,
fair.
Luckily, I didn't have
punishing
any
you.
moments like that.
No, I
On
didn't
Yeah.
have any moments like that either.
Server room mission. I
Mm.
think I had 2 out of the 3 servers done, and then got swamped by like 6 people, and I died. And it just reset me to you've still got to just do that one server. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. Thank God they done that. And then I
Yeah.
instantly got like swamped again. So I was like, oh fuck it. Paused it, went
It re-
restart checkpoint, and it restarted the whole checkpoint. I had to do all 3
Oh
servers again. And I was
no!
like, for
Oh.
fuck's sake. I was so like I had to
That's funny.
sneak around
Yeah.
again, do them checkpoints.
Because my experience of the checkpoints was pretty good. Because when you're fighting Damien the second time, I go down to like half
Yeah.
health, and then I ended up dying just trying to sprint across instead of just waiting.
Oh yeah, that was
behind
very
cover when I was
unforgiving.
like,
Yeah.
and it was forgiving
No,
for me.
I mean
because
like I don't mean forgiving as in died. Like
The
you
turrets.
The
when
turret.
you're
Intentional
running
timing.
like 2
Yeah, yeah.
hits. Like I got caught is what I was trying to mean.
I died and thought, oh, this is pretty going to reset me back to the start of the whole boss fight. And it didn't. I was still on the half health bit. So I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm glad
Yeah.
they've done that. But obviously, you guys talking about checkpoints, obviously different experiences as well with
It was
those.
fine. It was fine when I died, but as soon as you went to like restart checkpoint yourself before you actually died, it
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
like it seemed to chuck you back, which was annoying. I thought it would do it from like the quick save state, but yeah, I only had
I was
one
just a boss.
glitch as well. To be fair,
Oh, gone.
it was in the chess mission, I think. So after you do like the sneaking round upstairs and then you go back in downstairs, I like was crouching behind a door, opened the door, and as I came out, literally the whole map just disappeared, and
Oh, really?
all the NPCs
Oh,
disappeared. It was just Bond standing there, and then it went like boom, and then everyone just came back in. I was like, fuck! But like, lucky didn't just glitch the whole game out. But yeah, that was the only one I had. I didn't get stuck on anything like Bond getting stuck. Yeah, other than that, it was quite glitch free, and the one crash. But
I also really, I mean, I think I was a boss on the server mission because I did that in one go and didn't even get caught. Sorry, guys.
I want
No,
proof.
that's not the. Sorry.
Load it up now. And we'll
Yeah,
do it
that's
live.
yeah, that's not my.
Like, what gadgets did you guys use though as well? I can't remember what you had by that point, but obviously, like, if you had the missile pen and stuff, like that
No,
was a
you don't have
game
missile
changer.
pen.
Yeah, I had the
Missile
missile
pen
pen.
was so good as soon as you
Yeah,
got it.
I had the missile pen, the laser mine. The laser mine.
I barely used that.
So laser, and then I can't remember I had the dart, obviously, that would make people shit themselves, which always made. I called it my shit stick throughout the game. I was like, oh, bomb shit stick. That's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is that there was even one point, there's a safe, and you have to. It's basically a math equation that you have to work out. I tried for like 5 minutes. The only bit that I YouTube because I was like, 007, you are not making me feel stupid in this math equation. It was like this digit. If 2 is higher than 4, then digit is higher than digit 3 and then lower than digit 2. And I tried working it out and I kept getting the wrong combinations. I was like, fuck this. I'm not making me feel more stupid than I already am. So that was the only YouTube bit to find, and I got some more collectibles.
I've seen I've seen Welchy play Silent Hill 2. Did you Google all the codes?
Oh, I didn't this time. I left half. I
Oh,
left
no.
all the safes alone. I just thought
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't got time for
I
this. I haven't got time
Googled
for
it
this
as soon
shit.
as I saw it. I was like, just Googled it, get it, just in case there was collectibles and stuff in there.
No, I
Um,
haven't got time for this shit. I just moved
Yeah.
on.
Going on to the
Yeah.
writing quickly, I felt the writing was very clever in the way that this game's called First Light. The reason behind it being called First Light with Greenway, the whole 007,
Yes.
like that whole moment.
Yes.
Like, this is obviously, by the way that the game ends, we obviously know that they're most likely going to be a second game unless they're just teasing us with that and don't release it. But
There will be a second one for sure.
yeah, the whole way they turn him into 007, the whole situation with Greenway and his like coming from darkness to lightness is obviously what it's called First Light and stuff. I just thought that was so clever and such a emotional touch to the game.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Completely
Completely agree.
Completely
Also, I love the remix of the opening theme at the end credits. That on my headset was so good. I've added that to my car playlist, and I was working today, and that came on, and I just felt like such a fucking boss man when that comes on. Like, because I think was it someone on the Discord said that they
I'm about
wanted
to read their thing
more
out
of-
now.
Oh well,
Um,
I was kind of thinking that, and then it made it up in a massive way. I love First Like Lana Del Rey song because I didn't watch that on YouTube. I didn't want to have that spoiled, and that's a really catchy song. And the end credits music bit is just it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So we do need to move on, but before we do, I will quickly read out Ben's review. Ben wrote in on Discord. He hasn't beat well. This was yesterday when he wrote in, so he might have beaten it by now, but he hadn't beaten it at this point. But he said, enjoying Bond this far. Now on to mission 8, which means he'll be close to finishing it, so it could be done. Really enjoyed missions 3 to 5. I thought missions 6 to 7 dragged a little bit, which is interesting. Excited by where 8 seems to be heading now. I do wish the main Bond theme tune did play during more of the scenes throughout.
Don't worry,
obviously-
it makes it up for a big way at the end.
Yeah, he hasn't obviously
I
done
think
the
they
score, he
played
hasn't
it,
finished
Like
it.
creative decision to not use it because he doesn't
yeah,
become
with this being the
007
first,
until the
yeah,
end.
that's
Yeah.
what I was going to say. Like, I totally
Yeah,
agree with that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I also
I was quite happy with it.
I was also really happy, Welchy, that you paused your stream because I realised the bit that you were on was just after Greenway got killed.
Yes.
And obviously I wasn't at that bit Saturday night when I jumped on to see if you weren't enjoying it. And that really did I didn't cry, but that really touched me because when Greenway like got hit and killed, and as soon as he got shot, he was like, it's just a scratcher. I was like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like you're dead. I saw that coming a mile away. I knew they were going to kill Greenway at the end of that chapter. I thought there's no way he's surviving that.
There's
That was a
just
really
one
good
last
scene,
thing
doesn't it? He just goes,
we need
"Just
to
sit."
mention before you move on. Manchester United, greatest football club in the
Oh,
world.
it's so funny. It is
Oh.
so funny. I had
They
to clip that
mentioned
as soon as it was
first
box
packet.
seats at Man United.
Yeah.
Man U.
Can I just
Sorry.
say, I will make this very clear. This is the first note. I'm going to read this word for word. This is the first note that I wrote in my entire writing up this review. I put, when you strike a deal with Ali, he wanted a box seat at Old Trafford. If I was Bond, I would have shot him dead for that reason alone. What a just
No, he
straight.
knew what he had taste, and it's a
It's a
shame that he
decrepit,
got caught.
shitty stadium and a team that ain't won the league for like, I don't know, coming up
At
to
the
like
Stratford
9
end,
years
there's
now.
no-
Like,
Actually,
fuck
in
off.
the game, it's canon that they just won the league, and you can hear it on the radios and stuff.
Yeah, the commentary and that.
I didn't know this game was set in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, that made me laugh so much. You could bargain
bet
for
you-
anything in the world. It could box
Yeah.
seats of menu.
Yeah, there was like, I bet there was someone there that's like a massive Manchester United fan, like the creative director is like, Joe, what? I'm gonna get my boys in there, get a box seat at, and they don't even say Man United, they're Man U, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
shit,
Need
fuck
to research what
me.
team Patrick Gibson supports. Maybe it's his idea.
Quest, yeah.
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 Before we go, favorite, each just very quickly, 10-second, favorite level or favorite mission, favorite moment in the game, each. Andy?
Oh, I do really like the Q level, the one that Steven mentioned, where you hack and all the stuff, or when you're in the car and shooting around and stuff. I also really like the one where you're using the wrecking ball, but beforehand when you're like going around sort of experimenting with all their different things that they have in that room.
So you just like the last
That's
two
two
levels.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get to the end.
I like-
Simple. It's like, hey, I've done it.
Even like I forget about the first mission because that feels like it was such a long time ago. But even like the
It is,
introduction
yeah.
to the game and
First
that first
mission's
mission was
great.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was very much like a Call of Duty like game at the very beginning when they're all in the plane, and then obviously it changes completely. But I was like, this is giving me like opening COD 4 vibes.
You just reminded me. I did also like that plane scene where you can like control which way the plane's going and stuff, and
Oh
then
man,
that was pretty sick.
did
So
you?
yeah, there's a
Did
few moments.
because Jack mentioned that he did it when on stream, and I did it. I was like just moving it for ages, and I wasn't walking.
Yeah.
I was like,
Hang on a minute. You've just mentioned like 4 levels, Andy. That's not the question that you were asked.
well, I can't choose one. There's decent moments. I'll choose the moment where Ali mentions Man U. There you go.
What a waste of an answer, seriously.
Stephen, what's yours?
Mine's absolutely completely simple. It is the plane sequence, and it was at that moment I was like, this game is unbelievable because I love the whole moving it, and I did the same as you. I played with the left and right stick for ages, and then like the whole jumping out and then going on the parachute. I mean, obviously in real life you're dead. There's no fucking way that you're jumping out of a plane. You fall for a pretty long period of time to then fall in a parachute, and then it comes up as a trophy, Skyfall. I was like,
Yeah, that's
no,
clever.
no,
That's
this-
very clever.
Yeah.
it was at that moment that it took it from being like I was like, oh, like this is coming in like probably an 8 out of 10 at this early stage. Then I was like, oh, okay, no. And there was other set pieces, but that plane sequence just blew me away completely. I'll remember that. You know, like in video games where you have those specific moments that you always go back to. Like I think of like Joel's Death or like Laughter's Part 2, and there's other games that I can mention.
Whoa, spoilers!
No, wait, hang on. Well, everyone fucking knows that. And if you haven't played it, what are you doing with your life? But anyway, I mean, like there's those certain moments, and then like that moment in 007 First Light was like that moment of jaw drop. That is one of the most jaw dropping set pieces I've seen all year.
Jack, your favorite?
Either the Mauritania mission where you're going through the pirates and you're going through the little shanty town, or
Yes.
and then it's close with like the Vietnam mission or the like Antarctica one, because like in my mind of the films, I think my favorite bits in
Yeah.
Bond films are like when they're in like a hot exotic country or a really cold country. Like
Yeah.
they're my two favorite bits, and I think those missions captured
Yeah.
those scenes in the films perfectly.
I also really enjoyed the spa that whole spa mission from the moment it starts. Like that was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was good.
Wonder
It
why.
was good.
No, hang on. Whoa.
She's so bad.
Right.
She's so bad.
That was a pleasing moment, but I was talking more about the fact of stealthily going around this luxurious spa sort of bar, and then like there's that moment where you go, "Oh my god, you're in like she's in major trouble, heart rate has dropped, and she's just in the bloody
Yeah.
swimming pool."
How many moments were you guys waiting for the whole line shaken not stirred throughout the game, and then like that was one of the moments where I thought they're going to say I was waiting for them to drop it, and they don't, and I was like, what the fuck? And then eventually it comes when you're on the boat with the submarine bit talking to the other girl. But yeah.
What would be my favorite bit? I would say my favorite level is probably where is it? The sunny one? I thought it was Vietnam for some reason.
Mauritania.
Mauritania. That one. But I think my favorite moment is the bit where you're back in your house and there's an intruder.
Oh, the
Oh,
assassination
yeah.
attempt.
That whole moment
level
from
was
then and
emotional,
going up the
man.
crane, I was
Yeah.
like, this is fucking sick.
I
This
also-
is so good.
Was that the same one where you then go into like a massive like bin van and you just
Yeah.
basically destroyed the
Yeah,
streets
like
of
after the
London
garden,
to
yeah.
escape? Yeah, that
Yeah.
was also like because it made me laugh that every time I see them coming to pick up the bins on a Tuesday, I'm just going to be thinking now of 007 First Light because you like pick up
It
and you
sticks
just
in
like power
second.
through. Yeah, yeah, that was a very good moment.
That's probably my favorite set piece, the whole crane bit. I just loved it. Well, there you go. That is our long review of 007 First Light. We are going to have a very quick break, and when we come back, we're going to quickly talk about the showcases we just saw this week, and if we've played anything else. I don't think we have, but yeah, we will be right back. Welcome back to the Late Night Gamer podcast. We have just finished our review of 007 First Light. And now we're going to quickly talk about what we have seen at the free showcases this week. Obviously, caveat, this episode goes up on Tuesday. There is a Nintendo showcase happening today.
Yeah.
A Nintendo Direct. We do not know anything that's happened in there. There's obviously very, very strong rumors that Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake is going to be there. If it's not, I'm so fucked on Fantasy Critic. Like it's a joke. Because that's my target for 90 plus on that game. So we're not talking about Nintendo today. We're talking about the PlayStation State of Play, the Summer Games Fest, and Xbox Showcase, the three that we predicted for in the last episode of the Gamer Podcast. Very quick, brief question: favorite game that you've seen something of or announced this week, Andy?
Minecraft Dungeons 2.
That is so sad. No, I'm joking. I know.
Are you serious?
we didn't know about it.
We didn't know about
so,
it as a
Like, we know about
surprise.
Wolverine and stuff, but I'm not going to choose Wolverine when we already knew about it, sort of thing. So, like, Minecraft Dungeon 2, great surprise for me.
And you
we
love
know
the
about
first
most other
game.
games I want to play. Yeah, exactly.
Stephen, what was your favorite?
It's definitely not fucking that pile of shit. I would actually probably say I hate Minecraft so much.
You
I
have
say
played
ill.
Minecraft Dungeons. It's not like Minecraft.
It's not like
we already knew
Minecraft.
about it. That's what I'm saying, though. I'm not going to choose
Yeah,
what
but
we
we
already know
saw,
about.
but we saw more. Like we got more of an insight into ill with that second trailer. I suppose that, and I mean, I'm being a bit cheeky because I'm picking two rather than one. Until Dawn 2 was a massive surprise
Yeah.
that I am very
Yeah.
excited about.
I don't know if you saw online, there's a lot of people talking about ill, saying that they don't think it's ever going to come out. And apparently this developer was originally, this game was just like trying to showcase what the engine can do.
Oh, okay.
So like they're not actually convinced of the game here. Like
Oh no!
but you know,
Interesting.
PlayStation wouldn't put it in their state of play if it wasn't one.
Yeah.
Jack, I
Good
think I
one.
know your answer.
God of War Laufey.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
so fucking buzzed by that trailer. I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah, that has actually also received a lot of hate online, which is very fucking stupid.
Why?
Yeah, that is.
Because it's a
Because
woman
it's not
protagonist.
Yeah.
This is the problem
both.
now. Any game that announces with especially a game which currently has a male protagonist, and they switch it to a
Right.
female one, like the Last of Us.
Appreciation for that hate though, which I find really weird.
It's unbelievably fucking stupid because the
It's
game
so
looks
weird.
incredible, and
Yeah.
Well, people are giving it shit because it's not Thanos. It's now
Thanos.
female Thanos.
He just clicks his fingers. and the game's
No. Kratos
Kratos.
is what I was meant to
What
say.
was he-
I've not even played any of these yet. Right,
I mean,
it's been a
Thanos
rough night for me.
Is Thanos a god? Like, could he technically be in this realm of like gods which aren't the dead?
Imagine he shows up now. And then he...
Yeah, please, just to make my life a bit easier. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is
like,
ridiculous.
seriously
It is
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's
Especially because she's in the game anyway. It makes sense. Like, the whole story makes sense. It adds to the whole God of War series. Like,
yeah, I think
stupid.
it's gonna be brilliant. I think it's gonna be a
I
good.
found the-
Go on.
I know. I was just gonna say, like, for people who are actually fans of the games, if I don't think are complaining about it, but I think the mystery behind Faye in those first two games is like a
Yeah.
really good part of the story.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
to finally have that is like, yeah, I have zero complaints about it.
No, though I have one complaint: the jelly cube, but
Oh, you
Well,
leave Huey alone.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure
exactly.
we'll get that explained.
I'll turn you into a flipping cube.
Mine is not going to be God of War Warfare because I am
Hellblade.
unbelievably hyped for Gears of War E-Day.
Ah,
Yeah.
That game looks unfucking believable. Like the trailer looked so good. I don't know if anyone's watched the 30-minute direct at the end of it.
Yeah.
Or
No,
10
I
minute,
didn't
whatever
watch
it
it.
Not
was.
fucking
Oh.
not getting it. So that'd just be like,
Yeah,
what
it's
is
just me.
like, this is what you could have had. But fuck you.
Everything they were saying and showing, I was like, oh my god, this is it. I think they finally found their rhythm with this.
Well, won't you be really upset if it's like a really shit actual piece of work?
The only thing that does concern me about it, and I saw someone else raise it, and I heard Kind of Funny talk about it as well, is the trailer they showed at the beginning was all very like gritty and dark and like at night time, but then some of the flashes they showed of other parts of the game feel like just what we normally get on Gears, and it's like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so have you just made this one part which feels like very like dark and gloomy and like world ending, and then the rest is just like normal Gears? I'll be interested to see how that plays out.
What did you think of the running?
I like it. I think it's about time they've changed it. I have no
Okay,
issue
fair
with it. What I do have some concerns with is jumping over high objects and walking across like shelves in the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
I
was a
think the
bit
slide
like,
could get challenging on multiplayer.
Yeah, we've got to
Depends
see
how
how
good
that
people
works.
get with that with the shotgun.
Sliding under cover and coming out the other end will be interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of new things here, and it's going to make
Yeah.
it. I think it'll all work on the campaign because they've made it around that. Whether that makes things interesting on the multiplayer, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I was happy they announced it. It took till like the last 5 minutes of the fucking direct for them to mention multiplayer. I was like, I don't think there's a multiplayer here. Then eventually they said it. I was like, thank God. Going back to 4v4, which is interesting. Because I'm pretty sure every game since Gears 3 has been 5v5. And they didn't mention any returning maps yet, but we all know Gridlock's coming at some point. And Horde mode, they said a new Horde mode, Horde Siege, which is 12 player.
Player versus player versus.
Yeah, it's 4v4v4 versus
the
Oh,
actual
Locust.
that's cool.
But I am still hoping that they have original Horde there as well, in case that isn't
I
good.
think they will do.
Yeah, as long as that's there, I'm happy. So not long to wait. October 6th, I think it was, but you get it 5 days early if you pre-order. So essentially October 1st, which I'll be doing.
I think
for sure.
I had the closest prediction on that.
Oh,
yes, you
I
did.
think I said October. I said
did.
October 2nd. I think
You did.
Nice.
No, you said the. Hang on, I'll get my calendar.
Bullshit.
He's going to fact check you. Right?
I'm going to fact check you. You said.
Yeah,
I know exactly what you said. You
He's
said
going to the board.
October. Oh shit! I think you said October 1st, which technically,
okay,
because it's a Thursday.
Early release.
You two both said you both said September.
Oh,
so I'm
technically, you're
guessing
right,
first.
because if you pre-order it, you get it on October 1st. So I'll give
Oh
you
well,
that.
there you go. Fucking, does that give me any points in anything?
No.
I put it in the I put it in our WhatsApp chat earlier because obviously I was coming back from Soccer Aid, which is why I was on the pod, and listening to it today, I was like, "Fuck!" There's loads of predictions that were bang on in that. But sort of across all three, not just one. Like sometimes we'll stumble across like a gem, like Andy will say, you know, there's gonna be another Naughty Dog game, and then the next day, lo and behold, there is a Naughty Dog game. But this was like at least 4 or 5 really, like, not out there, but sort of bang on. And like obviously, as you said, like the time of it being released is also spot on. I did love, Welchy, how happy you were with my little thing about ESC 27, which we didn't get. We didn't get
it. I
anything
was
from
fucking
that.
buzzing. I always
So,
hate it when they're
you
at these
know,
conferences because it's like we know what's coming.
Who do?
But in terms of other surprises, Until Dawn was a huge surprise. Obviously, our TikTok and YouTube showed that.
Yeah. Didn't even know it was Until Dawn until the very fucking end of the trailer.
No. Obviously, we saw more of other games like Resonance Plague Tale, which I'm now less excited for, unfortunately, because I don't think it really lives up to the same storyline and mechanics and stuff with the first 2 games, but maybe they've done it a bit better. Senua, being the 3rd game in the Hellblade series, looked interesting. It looks like they're taking a different approach to that, which could be for the better, but also the storytelling and stuff in those games is so cool and good.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm hoping they've got the perfect balance, but it looks like they've gone much more action based, which is a good thing because those games need that. But there's almost like when you play a Hellblade game, you know what you're getting because you're not getting your typical game. So if they're just becoming the same as every other fucking game, then it's like, okay.
I was really, really happy with the Alien Isolation 2 trailer. I know we don't see a lot in terms of the actual gameplay, but even that trailer, I was like, not only does that want me to go back and play Alien Isolation, but that I'm intrigued by that.
I'm actually going to say I'm a little bit let down by that one. Because obviously we knew it was coming. They said it a year ago, whenever they said it. They said it was coming. They said they were working on it. And I was excited to see it. I have concerns with it going outdoors. With any horror game, Dead Space being the worst example for me is when it went outdoors, it got shit.
Oh, what, Dead Space 3? Yeah, that wasn't great.
Obviously, I trust them. They know what they're doing, but it just worries me a little bit. And I just think we knew it was coming anyway. Like, we know this game's coming. You've literally told us it's coming. So why have you come here without any release date? Or like at least window? Like, it's almost like saying, and here it is again, but we still don't tell you anything else. Like,
yeah. I would say though that the trailer is quite ambiguous. It doesn't really tell us anything. Obviously, that we just know that a large portion of it is outside, but that it might be that a little bit of the game is like,
They
and then
come
it
on.
goes back into.
If you not see, they came on stage at the end after and spoke about it.
I didn't see that bit, so I might be completely wrong because I don't know the extra information that was given. I'm going purely off the trailer.
They're definitely exploring outside. There'll be a bit of both,
Okay.
and I'm sure the outside won't be completely open, but it'll be like corridors and stuff. But it's
Maybe though
it's a colony planet.
Oh, okay. Well, they've seen how bad Dead Space 3 was received in terms of when they made that, so hopefully they'll look at that as an example of what not to do in that sort of scenario. The other two things that I really like, the Halloween single player story trailer looked good.
When
what
was
we're
that?
getting in September.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah,
it was
I didn't see that
it
either.
one of the I can't remember
Must have been
what
Summer Games
one
Fest.
it was. Yeah, Summer Games Fest, because they had that. They also had Mafia: The Old Country has getting
DLC.
a story DLC.
Yeah.
So I've
That's
lent
in
it to our
August.
friend James, and I've said, like, you've got until August 14th, and then I want my copy back because I'm going to be playing that DLC.
Have you played that yet, Welchy?
No, at this point I probably won't.
Well, obviously you can play it, can't you, through me anyway? But
yeah.
You should give it a go. I think you'll enjoy it.
That's just too many games to play. I don't know when I'm going to
Yeah,
get a
good
chance to play.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big thing at the minute is not a single game was announced for November. Like, not a single
that is crazy.
game.
I know.
Can we just
go now in September though? Like that's something. There are other months other than like
I have a
there's
theory.
October and August. Like,
I have a
come on.
theory that some of those games towards the end of September will look, because October's pretty quiet. Like Gears is there, but not much else from memory.
Yeah, there at the end.
No one cares about COD.
No, yeah, it's just you, Stephen.
It still be played, but anyway. I can't say that no one's going to play it because people will be, but sure.
But I think it's got much less of a. I don't think people worry about COD like game. I don't think years ago game companies would have looked at COD and gone, okay, we'll come out a bit before. I don't think that's the same thing anymore.
Yeah, no.
So I think
look at that.
You've got Control and Silent Hill coming out on the same day.
Yeah.
They're not the same. They're not going to get the exact same audience, so they might be okay. But there's also a lot of like Wolverine.
Is that the 24?
Yeah.
Is there? I swear there's another game as well.
I think there is
3 games.
else.
I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah.
I don't.
EFC 27 probably.
There's so many games in September now.
Yeah.
So I think one at least will go. Fuck it, we'll go to October.
Yeah,
we'll just move.
Yeah. While we're on the
ready
subject,
beforehand, bring it forward to August because August is pretty clear at the moment as well.
I think Wolverine will stick. So I don't think Wolverine will move, and they'll wait for other people to move away from them.
Good.
Yeah, I agree.
While we're on the subject, does someone on this podcast still think that GTA is going to get delayed, or are they now really shitting their pants at their decision on the Fantasy Critic League?
I still think there's a fucking good chance.
Oh, no way.
Until any game releases, there's always a chance it could.
The only reason
delay.
I think it probably will come out is because Xbox delayed Fable. That's a big one because they will know because they're going to have to put it on their console, so Rockstar will be updating them. But all the other game companies, they don't know. Like, I think they've talked to each other. I know, but Remedy.
Jack, you can rub your hands together because your GTA is fine.
It don't matter. It's not coming on the chicken for another weird game.
And one of my games, Persona 4, is a 2027 release.
Yeah, but you can you can move. You can get rid of that.
You can drop it, can't you? Because it's not released.
I'm not trying to be smug here, but I am being smug because I looked at my list again. Yet with now Silent Hill getting a confirmed release date, and I was like, if I don't win from this position, I will be fucking. I'm not playing it again. Like, you can count myself out. Like, surely we're in a great position to win the title.
My best chance is to Zelda to come out and get me like a 96. Then I'm back in the game. Without that,
you've still got like 2 spaces though, haven't you?
Yeah, but there's no fucking games to pick. You fuckers will pick them. Let's go for
the chicken foot.
Or every game is fucking too scared of November and gone, I will just come out in February. Fuck off. But no, lots of good games were shown off. I thought all the showcases did pretty well this week. Be interested to see how Nintendo do tomorrow. No one really knows what's coming for Nintendo other than Star Fox, like in the terms of games coming out and Pokemon Winds and Waves, I guess. They'll
probably show some of Splatoon Raiders again.
Oh yeah, Splatoon Raiders, but in terms of like, longer term, we don't know what's happening with Mario. We don't know what's happening with Zelda. We don't know what's happening with we've got Mario Kart, haven't we? Donkey Kong. But definitely Mario and Zelda. Fire Emblem needs an update, Andy. I think that's on your list.
Yeah, we need a release date for that.
So we need to know what's coming. And Dust Bloods, I'm so fucked.
Yeah.
I'm so fucked.
Sorry, Welchy, but I can confirm you. If I was in your situation right now, I would be. Yeah, it's not.
I went
looking good.
risky with too many good games that didn't have dates.
Didn't have dates. Yeah.
Yeah. I also think, while we're speaking of games, that we should give ourselves like a metaphorical pat on the back, because we're at the end of a point of a wave of video games being released, and we have completed every single one. So that is really good work.
Well,
we've
reviewed every one. Like this podcast, in some capacity, has reviewed every game. I didn't complete Deactivated 20. Is that it? Andy didn't fucking touch Resident Evil. I think that's probably it. Everything else was pretty much done from everyone.
Yeah, I think for all the games that we had review outside of like I didn't play Saros, but I wasn't going to play that anyway.
You didn't do Reanimal, obviously.
Oh, Andy didn't do Saros either.
Not yet. We did do Reanimal though.
We did do Reanimal. You're correct.
Yeah, I need to do that at some
point.
point.
Funny, those streams.
But it's been like it has been crazy, because it's been sort of like from Pragmata to Invincible Versus to 007 First Light. I feel like I'm missing another game.
Deactivated 20.
Probably escaped me. Yeah,
I would have been angry if no one here completed Invincible Versus. That was a fucking
hour long. Yeah.
Just ain't got a time.
That was a fucking waste of my hour, honestly.
Yeah, I am now able to make a top 10 for 2026, which is good. Ready for the game of the year already.
Cool.
So
6 months.
Well, you can probably guess what's bottom.
Mixtape number 1. You could be alright with that.
Mixtape is not, as I've said it many times in the review, it's not as bad as Lost Records, but it is my version of Lost Records this year.
So far.
The only thing I would say is I do look at that. I gave Mixtape a 10. So I'm saying Mixtape is better than 007 First Light, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie.
You're saying Mixtape is better than Pragmata. Oh wait, did you give Pragmata a 10?
No, I gave Pragmata a 10.
There's different reasons.
You gave it 9.5. You gave it 9.5.
You can give games 10.
Well, I gave Pragmata 9.5.
Yep.
Fuck.
I agree with Andy. I do agree with your point, Andy. Like different games are different. You can give like, for example,
you can look at Mixtape.
Forza Horizon 6 could be a 10. Which is very different to James Bond.
Yeah, but we could look at Mixtape, and Mixtape for what it is like perfect in our eyes. For example, there's nothing they could change. There's, in our eyes, in our opinion, there's nothing that they could change for that type of game that could improve it. So for us, that makes it 10 out of 10.
And the music,
and the music, and when obviously I was playing Bond, there's things that I noticed they could change that for me would improve that overall experience for that particular type of game. So
no, I do.
No, that is true.
I do get that.
I just find it.
You're trying to bully Steven into dropping all these 10s. He's 10 out of 10 for a reason.
Yeah, no, it's just it's only, and that's why I went 007 10, because I was like in my head going, how can I give 007 a lower score than Mixtape? But I have Andy's thought process. It just doesn't sound right. Like in terms of what Mixtape is and what 007 is.
I'm only playing. Like, I don't mean to. I'm not actually.
No,
serious.
I know, but I care about my ratings. I take this very seriously.
All I say, and the way I always review games is all our numbers have a word associated with it. One being, let me get back up here. It's on the movie side, isn't it? One being disgrace, which Lost Records was very close to last year. 2 being awful. 3 bad. So I'm basically saying if you was recommending or talking about a game to someone, how would you describe the game? 4 is like meh. 5 okay. 6 is decent. 7 good. 8 great. 9 amazing. 10 masterpiece. If you can comfortably say you will go to work and say to someone you have to play Mixtape, it's a masterpiece, then you warrant your 10 out of 10 rating. What it is. But you can't caveat it. You can't caveat it. Of course
no, I wasn't caveat. I was saying, but for the type of game it is a masterpiece.
You shouldn't have to caveat it. A masterpiece is a masterpiece. I wouldn't call 007 a masterpiece. I think it was very close.
It's not far.
It was very close.
Yeah, it's not far away.
Fixed those things we didn't like. But there we go. Anyway, that's a tangent.
I've not had a game which started at like an 8 and then has gone as high up as I've been playing it. That's what blew my mind with 007. Because I wasn't at that at the beginning.
I think one day,
Hmm.
I'm just looking at all my, because I have lists of my top games from each year. It might be fun to do like what was the best year in games, like what
Yeah.
had the most like good releases. 2023 is looking pretty fucking strong right now.
I'll just end by saying, yeah, Louis Walsh might not be a terrible referee. Yeah, what you put the
Decided it.
It's like you sound like a 10 out of 10. You are a 10 out of 10.
Has anyone played anything other than 007 First Light?
Yeah.
Oh, of course
I've
you would
been,
have, because you finished it a week ago. So what did you play?
Carried on still playing Forza Horizon 6. Still getting that. I've completely finished the game now, mainly just focusing on, well, I'm just doing online races really, having quite a lot of fun with them. You do get a lot of arsehole races. The racing etiquette online is pretty bad, but it's what you expect from like a street racing
You
game.
talking about Welchy?
No, oh yeah, when you fucking nailed me into that wall, that was
That's what she said.
absolutely horrible.
Can't you turn
and
that off where you can't crash into each other?
you can turn it off if you do
Oh
custom
my God.
races, but like other than that, you
Not
can't.
on proper
Sometimes
online
it'll
races,
ghost
yeah.
you. If it thinks you're gonna have a high speed collision, but like if you're both going at speed, someone can just knock into you and completely fuck your
Like
race.
GTA
But,
races where I'd always
yeah,
get
it's
absolutely yeeted before I've even started the race.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I like it on GTA, less so on Forza. I'd like it when you get in a lobby of people who actually do just want to race properly. But then yeah, like I
Yeah.
said, street racing games.
You're
So,
lucky I'm not playing because I would just purposely try and railroad you.
try, go, you gotta fucking catch me first, mate. You um, that and then re-downloaded Ragnarok because I hadn't done Valhalla.
Yes,
So
you've beat
There you
Valhalla.
go.
Do you want to talk about that
got
quickly?
all the way through Valhalla. Valhalla was great. I think I was just having a look on the the cast members because I watched the. Have you ever watched that? What's it called? Is it called Making Kratos? It's like a
Raising
2 hour
Kratos, yeah.
documentary. Raising Kratos, that's it. I watched that the other night, so I started looking through the cast list just to see like who voiced certain people,
Mhm.
and Valhalla only got an 8 on. I know it's IMDb, but like all the other they're like 9.5, 9.5, and then they gave Valhalla an 8. So I was like, that's a bit unfair. I think for what it is for free DLC, yeah, short, but the story bits you get in it are amazing.
It's better than most games.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
exactly.
I didn't know
But like,
IMDb rated games.
yeah, they have game
Yeah.
ratings on there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so like I was a bit shocked that people gave it an 8. I was like, it's free and it adds really good like depth to
It'll be people who
Kratos'
like
understanding of his younger self.
people that love God of War, and then they're given a roguelike DLC, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like roguelike games."
Yeah, probably that. Yeah, true. I guess yeah,
Check
that thing of not being able to have your setup that you go with
Yeah.
throughout the campaign. But then I liked it because it lets you experiment, and then each
Agreed.
run you might have a different weapon as your main.
Mm.
But yeah, sorry, Stephen, what you can say?
No, I'll say just going back to Forza. How long did it take you to do like the main like story? Would you say?
I can go on
Probably
his Xbox
definitely
profile and see how long
28.
he's played it for it.
I think I'm well over a day and a half now. But I think
Wow.
probably I don't know, maybe 20 hours to do it.
Yeah,
Maybe
I remember
more.
when I did like the first 3, they were around about 15 to 20 hours, and that was without doing all of the extra stuff like the main festival.
This one
So
definitely makes you do more because I think
yeah,
I said it. Oh well, no, I didn't say it because I had my niece's party when you reviewed it, but I left a comment on the video.
Yeah.
On all the other ones, you could just do the races to get your final wristband, but on this one, it's like even if I had done every single race, won every race, and I was still so many points off on the wristband, so you have to go around do like all the speed traps, all the speed zones,
yeah.
danger zones, the drift zones, all them sort of things like that are the traffic signs. You have to go do them, which I think is fine because as you're exploring the map, you do them anyway. So I wasn't like
Yeah,
that far off doing them, but yeah, I wish they would just added a couple more
that is
races so you could just get through it.
that's an interesting take because they've not done that on any of the previous Forza Horizon games. So that's an interesting change in
They
terms
did
of
do a big.
making you have.
Oh no, sorry, gone.
No, I was saying, well, I mean, I haven't played fully 5, but I remember 1 to 4, you could mainly just do the main races and then get like your wristband will get to the final race, so to speak.
Yeah, I think
No,
I think
interesting.
5 was like that as well. To be fair, Like
Yeah.
it's just this one they changed it up. I think they added a bigger emphasis on the like exploration of the map, because like you got the whole separate thing of you have the Horizon Festival, which is your wristbands, and then you have the Explore Japan bit, which is
Yeah.
that gives you your barn finds and blah blah blah. So yeah, there was definitely a bigger emphasis on exploration in the game.
Okay. Interesting.
Cool. Has Valhalla made you want to play Ragnarok again? Like the story?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think I did my first God of War playthrough on my PS5. I never played it on PS4. Um, I think I may have even sold my PS4 by the time that came out. Why'd you go like that?
Sorry, as in God of War 1.
Yeah. The first time I ever played that through was on my PS5.
Okay, but before you played Ragnarok.
Yeah. Before I
Okay.
played Break. Yeah.
I was
And
just
then
confused then.
and then I replayed God of War when I done my knee. I got my Steam Deck,
Yeah.
and then so like I was just
Oh,
laying
yeah,
in bed, so I
fun.
thought like fuck it, I'm gonna do. I done God of War on a Steam Deck, so yeah, I'm either tempted to buy it and play it handheld again, so I can just have chill out and play through Ragnarok again, or yeah, I'm very tempted to do New Game Plus, especially now that I've done Valhalla, because I think you can go in with the Blade of Olympus on New Game Plus. And you can obviously use the younger Kratos skin now.
Oh, in the game? In the main
You could do
campaign?
that in New Game. You could do it in the whole New
That's
Game
cool.
Plus, yeah.
That's cool.
So I thought being able to do the whole game with the Blade of Olympus as your rage would be pretty cool. So yeah, I am tempted to.
I've played the first God of War at least 4 times. It might be 5. I said the first one, the reboot, and I've only played Ragnarok once. And you was when we was like trying to bounce around spoilers the other day, we was talking about things. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I forgot things. So I clearly need to play that one again, and I will definitely play that before Lawfare,
Yeah.
which I imagine is 2028. I don't know. We'll find out soon.
We will find out.
Before we go, obviously, as Stephen alluded to, we've all played a lot of games recently. There's now like a small gap until, I mean, unless you're playing Halo, but even that's like the end of July.
Yeah.
So there's not really much coming out that we care about anyway for a while. What is next on everyone's list to play? Like, is it an old game? Is it a game that's new but you missed because there's other games coming out? Let's go backwards this time. Jack, what's next on your list?
I don't know.
No.
I think, like you said, Ragnarok is definitely up there as a replay. But other than that, I'm still really tempted to, instead of waiting for Lego Batman to drop on Switch, I'm just tempted to buy it, because every video I've watched that game, it just looks really, really fun.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a nice little break of like a little silly, fun game to play through, but then also love all the references from the movies and
The games as
yeah,
well.
potentially, yeah, exactly. Potentially that, or yeah, Ragnarok maybe. But I'll still be carrying on with Forza because I'm really enjoying the races with that.
Very good. Stephen?
So I do want to. I'm getting the platinum for 007, and I need
yeah.
to also finish Pragmata. I was going to say Life is going back to my Life is Strange and starting Double Exposure, but I might go Batman as well, you know. And I can't believe I'm saying that because I've never ever played a Lego game, but the AI keeps seeing stuff about it, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it as someone who loves Batman. And I don't know. I'm like sitting there thinking, do I really want to pay? But I'm like, yeah, it looks really fun.
It's really good.
So I don't know. It will be one of those two. If I bite the bullet and get Lego Batman, that will be next. Or it will be Life is Strange.
I think you should take a break on Life is Strange so you don't have to end up playing Lost Records. That's my
Yeah,
suggestion.
because I have got that to come. I mean, also the other thing I have been playing recently is again just like with Fortnite, because they had like an event on Friday night for the new season has started. I'm still playing that. Well, I also played like this. I don't know if you guys seen it on TikTok. This Michael Jackson horror level that is in Fortnite that a developer's made, and it is the most funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like Michael Jackson comes out and starts strutting to Smooth Criminal Billie Jean, and then does a jump scare. And I was playing it with like James, our other friend, and literally like I got to get Andy to play it because it'll never touch probably his PS5 again. It is terrifying, but it's so much fun. That's just like a separate thing. But yeah, I'm debating Lego Batman.
That reminds me, when Andy texted me saying he wasn't going to get James Bond done, I texted him saying, "Oh, you're selling your PS5 again?"
Yeah.
And then he went on. Then he went on one of his best ever
Then he went
runs.
on a
Yeah.
10-hour gaming, like.
I
Don't
think
motivate me.
I say a little comment, and you two kind of falls under peer pressure, don't you? Andy, what's your next game?
Yeah, obviously in terms of release, I'll be picking up Assassin's Creed Black Flag resynced
Oh,
at the
shit, yeah.
beginning of July, which I'll definitely be playing 100%.
Oh, sorry, I
But
fell
before
asleep.
then, I don't know if you got a notification, Welchy, because sometimes you see it and message me saying, "Are you going to play this?" But I did download Star Wars Outlaws, which will be the next game that I play.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. I did not get that notification. You blocked
Oh,
me.
shit,
You
I
blocked me on
forgot again as well.
PlayStation.
Actually, I think you
I
deleted
did.
it.
No, I did get it. I did get it yesterday at 7:45, and I just missed it.
Oh, there you go.
Did you get my notifications?
So, yeah.
Because I've downloaded 2 new games.
Sorry, no, I haven't seen
Okay.
anything pop up, so I don't think I do.
Yeah, Star Wars Outlaws. I think I gave that a 7. I think when it came out.
I just want to add, I completely forgot about Black Flag, but Splatoon Raiders is start of July. So I think I'm definitely picking that up because it's only 40 quid, which for a new Nintendo game, I think is pretty good. So,
Splatoon Raiders, Jack, is that? Because I've played Splatoon 2 and the campaign was abysmal, but the multiplayer is fun. Like it's fun, but it's not great. Like I don't. Well, I always played that on my own, so I guess I never really had anyone to play with. But with Raiders, am I right to be worried that it's like a raid game,
I think there's quite a big single player element for it, and then I hopefully we'll get more about the game on the direct.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
true.
But I've never played a Splatoon, but I've always heard really good things about number 3, like especially the multiplayer.
I never played 3, but again, I heard the multiplayer was good. Those games don't do campaign games well at all. From 2 anyway.
Okay, brilliant.
But they review well though. They still review well.
No, yeah.
I just think I paid a lot of money for Splatoon 2. I bought it on release because I was like, I've heard such good things about Splatoon 1. So I paid full price day one. And I was like, that's all right. Like it's not. I've been a bit burnt by
Isn't
that
it the
one.
game where you just spray stuff with like your color?
Ink, yeah.
Yeah. You just have to cover most of that with your ink.
Yes, and it
blob,
sounds silly, but it's
remember
fun.
that?
Like it is fun.
Yeah.
There's so many inappropriate jokes running around my head. I'm going to stay silent.
So, yeah, I doubt I'll be getting that, Jack, unless it looks unbelievable in the direct tomorrow.
Oh, you fucker.
But
he wants to beat you. Second best Splatoon Raiders player. I know.
Yeah. Then I get to do the intros.
This is turned into like the new Man United Arsenal rivalry between you two in terms of like all of the games that you're competing against each other.
It's not very fair because I'm the host, so I get to say it. It's like
even if I do beat him, he can just fucking say I didn't anyway.
And he can edit out. He's got all the power. So
yeah. For me, I am torn because I should beat Directive 8020.
You should.
You really should.
But the hour and a half or 2 hours, whatever I played of it, I just did not enjoy.
And
so it's really hard to force myself to play it.
I think you're only going to find it worse, to be honest. If I'm being brutally honest, you're going to hate it the more you do.
I think for the podcast, I should do it. But
I mean, it'd be very entertaining content to see you lose your mind.
It's a quick campaign. Like, that's the benefit to it. It's not like a super long one, is it?
I know.
So.
It took us 8 hours to do.
Yeah, I might do it. I might not. I haven't decided yet. But I have bought Resident Evil 4 Remake because it was £8.70 on the sale at the minute.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I saw it. I was like, because I have all the games that I want at some point. I've got them saved on my wish list on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And every now and then I just check to see what the price is, and it's always gone down to like 15. I was like, oh, that's good, but then I've not done it.
I would need the disc edition for that.
£8.74. I was like, wow, like that might be the cheapest it gets. So I thought, fuck it, even if it isn't. Like,
bearing in mind that
not much cheaper than that.
I think it's still like 40 quid if you like look in like stores or I see it.
It is. I think it's
an expensive one.
40 to 45. They're also doing a bundle of 2, 3, and 4 remake. For like 20 quid or something stupid, like unbelievably cheap.
Yeah,
but I already had 2 and 3. So that's on my list to play this year, and I don't think it's gonna be next. I've also re-downloaded Control. Now,
okay, ready for number 2.
My main concern with that is, do I want to overload myself with it, like play it and then go straight into Control?
Isn't it completely different though?
It is, because it's the shooting gameplay in this one. And it's like melee combat in the new
Melee.
one,
Yeah.
but it's still
So
their Remedy style of storytelling,
Yeah.
and Remedy they're just so confusing. I remember finishing Control going, that was great, but what the fuck? So doing that back to back is a lot.
I was thinking about this, but because you've got to play Alan Wake is in this world, so I couldn't just play Control on its own and then go to Control 2 to get the full experience.
No, not if you want the full experience, but honestly, these games are so mindfuck that I really don't think it's like, don't get me wrong, when I played Alan Wake, I was like, that's cool, that's a little reference to Control, and I'm starting to understand what they're doing with this world. But even when I think I'm understanding it, something happens, I'm like, well, that doesn't make fucking sense. So
The issue is, like, for myself, I've got so many games that I want to play between now and when September happens, when I hibernate because of the amount of games that are coming. And it's like, if I do Control, I've really got to do Alan Wake either side, and that's going to take. That's a long experience to get those 3 games done.
they're all pretty quick.
Or
I
not?
don't think you have to be fair.
No, they're all pretty quick. So Control,
Okay.
and I looked at this because I was thinking about playing it. If you just do the story, which I know you won't, Stephen, but if you just did, it's like 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
I got the platinum.
Oh, that's
That
not-
was much longer.
Yeah, I think I'd just stick to the story just because of the fact of the set. I'd ideally want to get number 2 and review it, but obviously I need to play the first one. But it's just there's so
I
many
would
other
definitely
games I
recommend
want to
playing
play as
Control
well.
1 because the lady from Control 1 is in Control 2. They showed that in the trailer.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake, it says how long to beat, main story 11 hours. So obviously cumulatively it's a lot because you're playing 3 games, but
Yeah,
in the
it's no
grand
different
scheme
to
of
the first 3 Life is Strange games that I did pretty much in a month.
Alan Wake 2 is 19, so that is longer.
Yeah, I'll have a
And
think.
scarier, for sure.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm really excited about because people have said like Alan Wake 2 is just a different
It did
level of
look
horror.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah, Alan Wake 2 is very, very good.
Yeah. decisions.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. In terms of new games, I think the next game is Halo if I decide to play it on Game Pass.
Black
Pardon?
Flag.
I'm not playing that.
No, you're on your
Oh,
own, White, with that.
No, Jack will play it as well.
No, Jack's good.
I'll probably play it. Yeah, I will play
And Bigsy's probably going to play it in the Discord. Then Marvel Talking in August. So I've got until like basically the end of July, August now to place whatever I want, which is nice. It's nice to, even though it's cool reviewing games, I like doing what we do. It's nice to, I'm looking at the schedule coming up and it's like, we're not reviewing anything for ages. Like,
Yeah.
We've just gone through like
Yeah.
bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Now it's nothing.
Unless Nintendo drops something tomorrow that comes out soon.
Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. If they shadow drop something tomorrow, I'm fucked.
You've only been saying that since like early March, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Since Resi 9 came out, it's been full on.
It's been full on, definitely, but worth it. It's been a lot of fun.
It has. Cool. Well, that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Late Night Gamer podcast. We really hope you enjoyed it. Let us know. Oh, I've not changed these notes. Let us know what you thought of 007 First Light. Do you agree with our reviews? We're all pretty aligned, even though the scores are slightly different. Let us know in the comments or tag us on socials at the Late Night Pods. You can also join our Discord using the link in the description to get your thoughts in, like Ben did today before we record. Thank you again, Ben, for writing in. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you are listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss next week's episode. Speaking of which, happy birthday to the Late Night Gamer podcast. We are celebrating 2 years of the podcast. It's actually, the first episode went up on the 11th of June, which will be Thursday. So stupidly, we're releasing the movie podcast that day, but I wanted to get 007 out quicker because no one gives a fuck about Alone in the Dark. So yeah, next week on the Gamer Podcast, we'll be celebrating 2 years. I have not decided what that celebration is, if it's a look back, if it's like a mini quiz or some fun stuff. I don't know. But we're going to be celebrating the Late Night Gamer Podcast. And just to give a heads up for the week after, if Jack, hopefully you're around,
Yeah.
we will be doing a Nintendo Switch 2 1 year anniversary review. So basically a review of the first year of the Switch 2. Has it lived up? Obviously, me and Jack reviewed it last year. How do we feel about it a year on? Which I think would be quite fun to do. And then after that, we have our Fancy Critic halfway check-in.
Yep.
And Metacritic as well, I guess. And then after that, we're going to be talking about the best games of the year so far and most anticipated for the rest of the year. So you can see that we're running out of topics here because there's no reviews.
I wonder which is going to be the most anticipated game for the remainder of the year.
It's not straightforward for me anymore because fucking Gears of War E-Day has got me so hyped. My love for that series is a joke. Oh, that's what I was
I
going
can
to say,
see.
actually. I know we're going back a bit, but I think I'm going to go back and play Gears. Like before
Wow.
E-Day.
Fair
From the
point.
beginning.
Before E-Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or just 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I don't know about campaigns. I might just go and play some Gears 5 multiplayer. I've just got
Oh, I'll get you.
having watched it.
I-
I've got the itch.
Yeah.
I would happily download Gears 5 again because I
Yeah.
love the multiplayer on that.
Yeah, I might
You
do
got to
that.
scratch that itch, Welchy.
So until then, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I have been your host, Welchy, joined as always by my co-hosts, Andy,
Yeah, thank you as always, guys. It's been a pleasure, and see you in the next one.
Stephen,
Yeah, been a pleasure as always. And yeah, can't wait to talk about more games.
and Jack.
Thank you for having me. And yeah, looking forward to the upcoming podcast.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.